So sweet and caress the word he carried on home. You see, he the sort of a people's way, but the love for the little bird he was born to help him on his way. Each day he probably prayed for every morn. Words are out and street for now on the floor. Your chapter shape isn't it the truth? I show you what's so fun and fake and straight. One more you see.
How you doing, Arden?
I am. Oh yeah, opening the beer. So we are celebrating St. Patrick's Day a little early. Arden doesn't drink.
No,
So-
it doesn't.
So Arden is having another beer. Now, I gotta admit, it's Coors Light. I'm sorry, it's not like a Killian's Irish Red, my favorite, or an old. I was about to say an old Duels. Ugh, gross. Or a Guinness, but I am drinking. See? Mm-hmm. So, no coffee, no basement coffee, the finest coffee that you can find in a basement. No coffee at all today.
Welcome, everyone, to We Are a Crotchety Old Man.
And a woman.
Oh, you reversed it.
Ah! Sorry, I think I've had too many beers already.
As Arden would say, the podcast for you, with you, and sometimes about you.
And I'm going to make it about people today, I think.
You're all fired
I
up.
am, you know. I'm drinking. I had some corned beef and cabbage today. So even though Abigail is going to be doing all of the hosting today, our little buddy Toto, who actually just joined us 2 seconds ago, he came downstairs, so hopefully he doesn't start barking. He saved Abigail's life today.
He did.
He did. So can I tell the story, or do you want?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
By all means.
So literally, he's barking a little, barking. 2 days ago, we have this little tiny turtle ornament that's by the garage, right in the front. And I think it's got a reflector on it.
It's a solar.
Solar
Solar lights up.
Yeah, so you can see it when you drive in, so you know so you don't hit the garage. And we found poop on it, turds, like that looked like little dog turds or big dog turds, all covering it. It was disgusting. And I was about to punch the neighbor in the face who has a new dog. I thought maybe it was theirs. Well, so Abigail goes into the garage, and Toto goes effing ballistic. And we're like, what's going on? And like normally he barks at dogs and barks at people. He was going bananas. Abigail gets mad, goes upstairs, and looks down directly, and there's a big ass fox.
It was huge.
Right in the front yard, like right by her car, looking at that turtle again. It was the fox that pooped on the turtle, but it was huge. I mean, we're not joking. Maybe like picture as long as a golden retriever.
Yeah.
I mean, that long, but not as high. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if poor little Abigail went out there, that fox could have made her lunch. Well, maybe a dinner, maybe.
Again,
a good snack.
I would have freaked out. So
good thing I wasn't around.
Toast to Toto.
Toto, hey.
All right, are you ready for your useless fact?
I am ready for today's useless fact.
It's short and sweet. Did you know that the average person's right foot is slightly larger than the left?
Huh.
And there's no reason that is known as to why that's a phenomenon. But it's only slight.
Only slight.
Well, obviously, because otherwise everybody would be buying different shoe sizes for each foot.
Well, following up on that fact, did you know that if you were walking in just an empty woods, eventually, like if you kept walking, you end up going in a complete circle? Because you're either a righty or a lefty, and your one foot is more dominant, that takes a further step. So eventually you keep going out, and eventually you end up going around in a circle.
Wow.
Useless fact.
That's a double whammy useless fact.
Yes. Left foot, right foot, drinking my beer.
Did you hear what's going on in New Jersey?
There's a lot of shit going on in New Jersey. But I want to know what your shit is, because...
This is just insane.
Okay.
That hospitals have a questionnaire that they give newborn parents with newborns, that they have to identify the newborn's sexual orientation.
That is okay. So Abigail was telling me about this. Now, usually it's pretty simple. Anyone can figure it out. You either got a thingy or you don't got a thingy. and that usually determines it. But Abigail, do you have that thing you wanted to show me?
Yeah, I showed Arden this video this afternoon that was posted online, and it was explained that the following video that you're about to hear is shown to fifth graders in Massachusetts.
Okay.
There we go.
Aww. Hi, baby. Are you a boy or a girl?
Funny you should ask, Sid. One of the first things they check when a new baby is born is what kind of body parts they have. They do that to determine a baby's sex. Most of the time, it's easy to determine. And
Most of the time.
sometimes, it's more complicated.
This one has a penis. It's a boy. This one has a vulva. It's a girl. Congratulations.
Okay,
Whoa.
that should have been it right
That's
there.
what breaks people. The way your body looks on the outside is only part of the story.
What?
Stay with me, gang. This
What?
is important. Hi, little one. Your sex refers to your physical body parts, remember? But there is also something called gender, which is how you feel inside your body and who
okay.
you know yourself to be. And your gender, how you feel on the inside, doesn't always match the sex you were called when you were born.
Okay.
Let's say
I'm
you were
confused
born
already.
with a penis and you feel like a boy inside. In that case, your sex and your gender match.
Well, what if you were born with a penis and you know you're a girl inside, not a boy?
Then your sex and your gender don't match.
Wait, what does know you're a girl inside mean anyway? Does that mean you have to love pink things and princesses?
I've had enough.
Yeah.
I've had
Sometimes
enough.
people refer to things as girl
Okay,
things.
where can you find that video? Can you tell?
I found it on Real Clear Politics.
Real clear. Okay. So if I feel like I am a Tyrannosaurus Rex, my gender is Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Pretty much.
Well, right now I feel like making anyway. Wow.
Where'd that come from?
Well, I feel like
I think he's had too much beer.
probably it was bad. It's been a rough day. So we got some other miscellaneous.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were hosting. But
sorry.
you mentioned something about a Royal Shrove Tide game, and that sounded pretty interesting. Tell me
Okay.
a little bit more.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about it last week because it happens around like March 4th. So there's there's a town called Ashbourne, England. That's what caught my eye because the next town over from us is Ashburn, Virginia. But Ashbourne, England, they have a game. It lasts 2 days. It's the east versus the west side of town. Anybody can play. And the main and most important rule is you can't physically murder anybody. It started in the 1600s. There's a ball. It's called a hug. They sing O Lang Syne for some odd reason. And then the ball is tossed into the middle of a massive amount of people. I mean, every person can play if they want. They don't have to play. You come out whenever. There's just one side versus the other side, east versus west, the side of town. And the object of the game is to get the ball to your side of town. That's it. Now, that sounds pretty easy, right? Like soccer, you kick it. Oh, did I mention it starts off in basically a concrete trailer bar, not a concrete trailer bar, parking lot.
No.
So you got concrete on the ground. You are allowed to punch people, kick people. You can do anything you want. You can hit them with a chair. You can do anything. By the way, people are drinking during the game and throwing bottles at each other. It is violent as hell, and they love it because everyone plays. Kids play, and they're punching their friends. I mean, it's insane.
That is crazy.
And then,
how do you know you don't end up killing someone?
well, that's the problem. You're not supposed to take it to that next step. But the other funny part is, like, there's also rivers, creeks, woods, that you actually could get stuck in the woods. And they said at the beginning, if you're just a bystander watching, you don't even know where the ball is because it's such a massive humanity. Then all of a sudden it'll pop out. And then you see thousands of people chasing the guy with the ball.
So how long does this usually take to end?
It's for 2 days. If no one scores the goal, the game ends in a tie. And there's a picture of Prince Charles, I'm sorry, King Charles now, but he was Prince back then in 2003, being carried in on people's shoulders. So that was a wild one.
And you read about the Czech Republic as far as the largest polar dip?
Yes. Have you ever done a polar dip?
I have not.
I probably would.
You would?
I would. I'm a man. I'm a fat man. I probably so I got plenty. I'd be warm. But yes. So the original record was set in Poland, and they had 1,799 people. And the Czech Republic, in a place called Most Lake, never heard of it before, had 2,461 people jumped in the lake and swam. That's the key. Swam to shore. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Wow.
All right.
But I also had one more. Speaking of turtles. And I thought it was Daniel for a second. Daniel up in Teaneck, New Jersey. You mentioned all these crazy people in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy who literally smuggled he's actually from Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. So if you know this guy, you can make fun of him. He tried to smuggle a 5-inch turtle in his pants to get on a plane.
5 inches.
5 inches. So Daniel would be very happy with that. And he literally got to the plane, but the TSA was like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? He had a turtle in his pants. Yep.
Okay, Arden, are you ready for your burning questions?
I'm a little nervous now because I've definitely had 5 too many.
All right.
Wow, Coors Light is like water. Go ahead.
True or false? Have you ever spent the night in jail?
That actually would be false.
Okay.
Part of a day.
All right. Well, how about this twist? What's the closest you've ever come to being arrested?
Closest? Underage drinking.
That's not that exciting.
Well, yeah, that's the actual time where I went and spent a little time in jail, and they laughed at it because the girl I was with was crying and sat down, and we couldn't run from the police because I was drinking in public.
So you were in jail, you just didn't spend the night.
No, and actually I was sober. But I was in charge, so I was the one, and actually that led to some really important moments later in my college life because I knew all the police officers by then, and yeah, we got along very well.
Okay.
And made sure my people were unruly.
All right, last question.
Okay, ready.
What is your biggest pet peeve? And it cannot be me.
My biggest pet peeve, just in general.
Yeah.
Gosh, can I just say like ultra libs?
Yeah.
And just how. Oh, okay. Of all of them, the little bastard teenagers who are still wearing their freaking masks in public. Now, I'm not talking about like the Asian people where that culture, that's the norm. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about like guys who are like 18 years old wearing a mask for some reason. You know, if you're sick, stay home.
Yeah.
But
I know that's your biggest pet peeve because you complain about it all the time.
I hate them. I want to.
Okay. Well,
drink.
It's time to bring out the Trump orb.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I was ill prepared. Okay, I'm ready. Oh, I gotta go first, right? I got my first question.
Yes.
So before we get into the Trump stuff today, I'm gonna start it off a little. I'll do that with a third question. This first question is because of Derek Cole of the Yankees getting injured. Trump orb. Will the Yankees make the playoffs this year? Very important question.
No.
Oh!
You might as well not watch any baseball game now.
You know
right?
the first baseball game starts at 6:10 a.m. on Tuesday. That's when baseball season starts. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, my turn. So, if everyone hasn't heard, Rosie O'Donnell actually skipped the country and went off to Ireland.
Awesome.
And as much as I dislike her, I gotta give her credit because she actually did what she said she was going to.
Yep.
All these elitist celebrities out there, they talked and didn't walk. So, I guess my question to Trump Orb is, will Rosie O'Donnell ever come back to the United States?
Ooh. Did she pay double taxes?
We'll see what happens.
Kind of lame.
Nah, it's a good answer though. But I wonder if she has to pay taxes. Where'd she go? Ireland. Ireland. Oh, there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she said it was safe there.
All right. Well, this is the one I've been waiting for. So today is Saturday, in case you're wondering. Did we ever tell? It's Saturday the 15th. And basically, every like half hour, there's a new update of how many things we bombed today in Yemen. So, Trumpy Orb, within the foreseeable few days, will the United States attack and bomb Iran?
Wow.
Yes.
Oh!
Arden went
Wow!
there. He went there big time.
Wow! Bomb, 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 Iran. Bomb, 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 Iran.
All right, enough. I said stop.
I'm sorry, people.
Well, tell me more about the Houthis.
The Hootie and the blowfish? What?
No.
By the way, I do enjoy it when my mom calls. What about the Houthis? The Houthis. So they are the last of the Iranian proxies that are still being pains in the asses. Other proxies were Hamas and Hezbollah. Israel pretty much took care of them. And I'm not sure, honestly, how this started, because I really haven't been paying that much attention. I've been paying a lot of attention to sports today. But I saw like at 3:00, they said we've had over 30 strikes in Yemen, and then like an hour ago it was 250 strikes. I mean, we're going all over, but they are taking them out. They are terrorists, number one. And in case you didn't know, what was it, like 2.5 years ago, Joe Biden took them off of the terrorist watch list. Nice job, buddy. These are the people who are attacking ships that they say do business with Israel. They're shooting rockets and drones at all these ships and stuff. Well, guess what? They're attacking anyone. They're driving costs of merchandise crazy because companies are going around the Suez Canal now and are having to go around Africa to come to our coasts because of these people. They have attacked the U.S. All over it, like Saudi Arabia. We have places like they've attacked U.S. troops, and we've pretty much done very little. I don't want to say we've done nothing. We did very little under the Biden administration, and this is the first time Trump is actually doing anything to them right now. And my mom, like, first thing she asked me when she called me, I called her, excuse me. She said, "Are we going to war now with the Houthis?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, Mom, we're just blowing them up." So hopefully this will. They're very nervous. They being a lot of people are saying that Iran is roughly a few days away from having 60% enriched uranium that could actually power one bomb. Now, that would be one. They still have to develop the whole ICBM technology, so we're safe. But Israel is very close, and it could be a dirty bomb or something now. They only have one, and it would take them less than a year to get more than one. So, hold on, let me finish before my brain explodes. If nothing is done shortly, Israel, I guarantee, will start bombing Iran very, very quickly.
Okay, so Trump is battling the Houthis.
Yes.
But he's also taking on the Venezuelan gangs. What do you think about that?
I'm not going to say
Lock 'em
that.
up.
I was lock them up. I didn't want to say blow the shit out of Venezuela because they are probably local. You know, I don't want them to kidnap Toto.
Okay. And what do we think about Mohammed Khalil?
That's a tough one. I know people are going to say, yeah, just throw them out. Just throw them out. But I don't really understand the whole process. Okay, I don't like the guy. I think he's a total scumbag loser. But I don't know what law he's broken. I know there's a whole thing about conspiracy against the United States. You're not allowed to do it. I don't know. Has he? I mean, I don't know what he was arrested for.
I think that's, let's go back to the fact that the argument is he's violated the visa that was used to get him into the country.
Correct.
but now he holds a green card. I guess
Correct.
because he married his wife, and,
And
he
he's
was
been-
able to get a green
and
card.
he spent the time here, so that's legitimate. I'm just saying I don't know what he like actually did to break the law. It's a little confusing.
Well,
As much
I
of a
mean,
scumbag as he
yeah,
is.
I mean, when you take it and you say to yourself, well, what's freedom of speech? Is he just practicing that?
Well, there's freedom of speech unless he's actually inciting violence, which also can be verbal against the United States.
And he has done that against
Okay.
the Jewish people.
Right. Then I don't know.
That's the basis of the argument on the right.
And then you have another argument that does the Department of Justice have the ability to just pull a green card at will? Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know. I wish I did know. I'm not an expert whatsoever in that. Personally, you know what? And he's also being held in Louisiana. Why is he being? And I think they moved him to Louisiana to get away from the New York City judges because they would all side with him. But the fact that the left is worshiping this guy, the 30-year-old student, 30-year-old student who was out there protesting like crazy. I'm sorry. I mean, there's freedom of speech, and then there's freedom to be an asshole. But I mean, if he was a member of the Ku Klux Klan, he probably would have it revoked and be thrown away. I mean, it's just really weird. I don't know. He's an asshole.
Let's talk Musk.
Let's go
Musk
talk about
has been
something
in the
else.
news since Inauguration Day. And it is kind of ironic because Trump overall and the right overall have been anti-Tesla,
Right.
you know? But it's been, flip of the switch and things have changed. The left was the champion for Tesla, and as I said, the right was against it because of the EV mandates and the EV rebates, et cetera, et cetera.
Correct.
So, obviously, the left is going nuts about Musk and his role with the Trump administration. But I have seen it all with the news coverage. It's just flipped. Now all the articles I'm reading about Teslas are how horrible they are, and
Right.
the Cybertrucks are so defective, and but none of that was mentioned prior to the switch in parties for Elon Musk.
Of
And
course.
a lot of people are putting bumper stickers on their Teslas that basically indicate they bought the car before Musk became a traitor.
Is there a resale value of Teslas?
It's gone down.
I mean, because I'm just thinking about my former boss who had one, and he had one of the cheaper ones.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, and he was an ultra liberal. And I hope someone puts a sticker on his thing that's saying, "Hey, look, I love Musk."
Well, the depreciation of those cars is going down very fast because a lot of people are trying to get rid of them. So it's just it just shows you the phoniness of the left.
Oh,
And,
it's unbelievable how they hate just the news about egg prices are now going down, gas prices are the lowest in 3 years. I mean, all of these things they forgot, but my favorite is the border. Did you see about the border? So, do you remember? I mean, it's completely forgotten. I was about to say the biathlon because my brain is gone here. The bipartisan border bill. This is the best way we can survive with this bipartisan. It's bipartisan. It's bipartisan.
Arden, that's gross.
I know.
Don't do that again.
But it's bipartisan. But it was one Republican. It was horrible. Remember, they could allow up to 2,000 people into the country. Mm-hmm. Notice how they can't talk about that now that the border is being shut down. The wall is being built. You have literally the border security guards singing, making videos of nobody crossing. That's amazing. It's down 95%.
No one can argue the statistics. And
I mean, you could fudge them, but this
Trump has overcome what the libs said couldn't be done. And as he said in his speech last week, all it took was a new president to shut down the border.
it's so true. And it's just awesome that like he is doing, whether he's going too fast. Like he's going too fast, but at the same time, he's not going fast enough for Congress. Congress passed the CR. Chuck Schumer's now hated by the left. I mean, it's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. Chuck Schumer, the ultimate Democrat, is now hated by the left, which is amazing. Like, wow, they're really eating their own. Where AOC is thinking about running against him.
That would be very scary.
Can you imagine AOC as the head of the Senate?
I wouldn't
put it past her either, because they know how to get their marching orders.
So let's go back to Musk, because you know how the astronauts have been stuck in space for 9 months.
Yes, way to go, Joe Biden, who never reached out to Musk.
Joe Biden.
What did I call him?
Wyden.
Joe Biden. Sorry, folks. I can't hold my alcohol anymore.
Anyway, so
Joe Biden.
Musk has sent a SpaceX rocket up to the center, the station, to rescue them. Now, I'm going to go down saying that the left is so sick, they're probably hoping it's going to blow up on the way back. Of course. Like, I guarantee that is their thought. Yeah. And when it's successful, they're going to basically somehow put it down. And instead of taking great pride that this gets executed. Right.
They are going to, well, they're mad because it was supposed to launch yesterday. Oh, they're like, see, it's a piece of shit. Wow, I've said shit a lot today.
Yeah.
I apologize. I got potty mouth. But yeah, I mean, Musk is doing what everyone wanted. Trump is doing what everyone wanted. Like, people have said, we need to cut spending. We need to do this. And it's just going, it's just unbelievable. Like, he's doing what they want. Now Trump is talking about the post office. Fascinating about how to get rid of the post office.
Well, we talked about this the other night about the judge shopping that the Dems are doing.
Oh, my God.
And, you know, they basically... The judge has come out from California, Northern California, and said that the jobs for the probationary government employees that were dismissed, they had to be reinstated. You know, again, it was a fine line that the Trump and the Doge Commission used to let those people go the way they did it. I think it's a matter of just procedurally changing how they let them go, right. And then it'll be done.
Right, so, and you know what? Take the 45 days you gave them as severance and just take it away. Yeah. There you go. Boom, you're fired. No severance.
There you go.
There you go. And Judge, you're going to be impeached.
All
wow,
right.
I'm testy today.
You are.
I know.
Well, we're going to close out. And as Arden usually would say, please feel free to reach out to us. We have some listeners that we know are repeatedly listening to us. So you can reach us at wearecrotchetyoldmen@gmail.com. wearecrotchetyoldmen@gmail.com. And on X/Twitter.
At Crotchety Old Men. Just at Crotchety Old Men. That's the simplest way to work. And I need to apologize. I forgot another apology. Last week I said we did not receive any listeners from Japan. And we did after the show. We actually had 3. So I do greatly apologize because we had that whole story on the world's smallest park, and bam, we got 3. And so I apologize to the entire country of Japan. Look at me apologizing to a country. Mm-hmm. I don't apologize easily either.
All right, well, close us out with a song.
All right, well, I think we need to go back to a little Finnegan's Wake. I like this song.
I hope everyone has a great week.
It's all good. It's all good. If I could hit the button.
There you go. Come
hold
on. You can do it.
Pause. There we go. Oh yeah, Toto. Let's dance. Woo! Oops, and that's why they call it Finnegan's Wake. Have a great night, everyone.
All right. Bye-bye.